like to call the CRA meeting for the city of Lake City for September the 5th, 2023 to order. Ms. Sykes, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Jernigan?
Here.
Mr. Hill?
Here.
Ms. Young? Here. Mr. Sampson?
Here.
Mayor Witt?
Here.
Mr. Dial? Chief Butler?
Here. Okay, and Terry, were you gonna do the presentation on that?
See, now, I had a public record, is there public speaking on this one?
No,
Oh,
it's just a quick meeting. Okay,
I
we have
thought I saw something where it said, yes, you do, you got, what's your comments?
Mr. Mayor, make a motion for approval of the minutes for May 2nd, 2022.
Second.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approval of the agenda,
Motion for approval of agenda.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It does have a public comment, so
Yeah.
like public comment at this time.
You can go.
Ms. Moses, did you want to do yours at
I
this time?
did, it's
Sure,
okay,
come on.
alright. I'm sort of having a little anxiety attack as I walked into this room. So, anyway, we had a CDBG grant in 2018 that we won for $750,000 to do the band shell, the fountain, and fencing. And that's all that it can be used for. Well, that was in 2018. So we've gone years now, 5 years, where we've heard all things about, Swanee water management. And I know, I've been on the other side. I know how hard that is, dealing with agencies and new regulations and whatever. But it's been 5 years. So I wanted to make sure that the money's still there. The money could not be used for anything else. It can only be used for that. And so I wanted to make sure that the money is still there. We've got $150,000. TDC has promised us that they've rolled over. I know as long as I was on the board of directors for TDC, they've rolled it over every year, but I don't know now. So I need some direction. I want to hear what we're doing. I've talked to Paul Dial, every few months, and he's been nice and helpful to a certain extent, but it's always a new regulation. And we went through all this with our engineers 5 years ago, before we got the grant on how to do this band shell over the water to make it a destination. Because when we did our 2009 plan, that we made a big plan for, when they came in, the people that did the plan came in and looked at our city and said, you've got this gem that could bring people in, and advised us what to do and how to spend this money. And you can get a grant for this, so we did. So I'm just asking you to please give us some direction on where we are, how long is it gonna take, and make sure that the money is still there. I know grants, sometimes you have to re-up them if you go over the dates. And so, do we have any, I know I had sent you a notice
Right.
to check on that for me, Mayor.
Mr. Dial, can you comment on that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, hopefully it'll be pretty soon.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Okay,
Oh, somebody else now?
you're next.
That's the one, Mayor and the council. Ms. Mose, I love how you and others when it's concerning things of the community that y'all care about, y'all come and y'all represent it. And I admire that. And I wish more people took on that habit within my community when it comes to the issues that we're supposed to care about. So I don't say that in a negative way. I say that in a way that's positive. And I ask that y'all continue to do it. And I praise you for coming up to the podium and speaking about things that matter to your heart and as it relates to the community, and speaking up on it and holding our elected officials accountable as to what's going on. And I think more that needs to take place. So I commend you for that. Mayor, council members, Sylvester Warren, for the record, I would like to take this moment to publicly thank Ms. Terry Phillips for acknowledging Sally Jerry Park as a part of Historical Downtown. To my recollection, she is the first city employee or city official, black or white, to correctly refer to that area as Historical Downtown publicly. To some, it may seem minor, but to me, it is sometimes the smallest things that carry the greatest weight. How I wish I could transfer that level of courage that she has demonstrated to my own people to acknowledge their own community in a positive way as Ms. Phillips has. It signals a step in the right direction, progressiveness, and leadership in the role at the city. And again, thank you, Ms. Phillips.
Okay. Anybody else at this time? Ms. Goggins, were you gonna speak now or you wanna speak at the regular meeting? Okay, that's fine. Is
Good
it still-
evening,
is that-
esteemed council members, mayor, and the dais. My name is Betty Goggins, 721 Southeast Camp Street. I'm standing to express a deep concern and frustration regarding the recent incident that occurred due to poor conditions on Southeast Camp Street. And it resulted in severe damage to the tires on my 2020 Cadillac. I am a resident and taxpayer of this city and believe it is essential that such issues are addressed promptly. Repeatedly in the month of August, while driving my Cadillac along East to West Camp Street, I encountered a substantial pothole and other cracks in the street that I was unable to avoid due to traffic conditions. The pothole and cracks caused extensive damage to both the front and rear tires of my vehicle. And upon further inspection by a certified mechanic, it was confirmed that the tires were beyond repair and needed immediate replacement. The total cost replacing these tires, including labor and alignment, amounted to $1,935.51. I acquired 3 estimate quotes that I shall soon submit to the council for action. I understand that road maintenance and repair is an ongoing concern, and I appreciate the efforts made by the city to maintain our streets. But however, I believe it is the responsibility of the city to ensure the safety and well-being of the residents by promptly addressing road hazards and maintaining infrastructure. Unfortunately, and I have to speak for this, unfortunately, our precinct and district has been without representation for over a year. We have not had a person that has filled that council seat. Therefore, our precinct and district has been neglected and a lot of things have not been addressed. So as I stand, I am thankful that Mr. Ricky Jernigan came along months later to fill that seat. I kindly request that the city reimburse me for the cost of the tire replacement, which amounts to $1,935.51. I have attached the necessary documentation, including the repair invoice and photographed videos of the pothole, and as evidence of the damage that was incurred. I recently sent the video to a few of the council members, and I also have the video on hand. I trust that the city takes this matter seriously and will consider my request for reimbursement. My husband, Pastor M.L. Goddess, and I have been proud residents of Lake City for 45 years, and we believe in the importance of maintaining our roads to ensure the safety of all residents and visitors. So please inform us of the process and timeline, perhaps of reimbursing us for the damages. And when I pass out our letter, it has our phone number and our email address to discuss this matter further. Thank you for your attention to this issue. This is, of my recollection, the third time I have brought this matter to the council. I also brought it to the City of Lake City Road Department, Mr. Brown and others at 5 Points. I've written a letter, and also I was told that we were number 4 on a list. So again, we look forward to a prompt resolution and a continued positive relationship between residents and the city. Thank you for your time. I do have the video on hand that I could show. I could send it to your email addresses that some of you have already. All right, and this is my councilman, Mr. Jernigan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Hill. Councilman Sampson. Councilwoman Young.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Johnston, where are we as far as repairing that road? I think we talked about this one time before.
Yes, we had Camp and Marsh, the intersection paved already. That was on our list. We're actually looking for funds to redo the whole road. That's a pretty long road, but we'll definitely be reaching out to her to address the issues that she's having with the potholes on the road.
Okay, that's important, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
May I just quickly add that the work that has been done has been patchwork, and it has not been a paved situation where the entire road needs to be paved. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time we'll have Ms. Phillips, give our presentation.
You should all have in your packet the CRA annual report that we are required to do yearly. It's pretty much, self-explanatory. I included some different things in it this year, some of our improvements, some things that we're looking to do, and some of our events that we're holding downtown. And our future expansion, and on the last page is the 2022 financial report for the CRA.
Anybody got any questions?
Yes, I got one question, Mayor. At the Santa Fe Jerry Park there, what kind of activities do we have there? That's a very, very good picture that you have there. They've done a really good job in preparing that. But what kind of activities is going to be there, like the pavilion or downtown? Anything you have currently on the agenda to?
Actually, I don't have anything planned right now because I was told we don't have a parking lot there, so there's no parking until that's resolved. Then we can, look at activities to do down there.
Okay.
And if someone, I do have it in our application, if somebody would like to, rent it for an event to have down there, they can do that as well.
My next question was, how often do you meet to talk about things like community activities, as far as something like Salome Park? How often do you meet with the community, with the councils? How often do you meet?
Whenever someone calls me and wants to do an activity, all the city-sponsored events I do by myself. I have been reaching out to church. I put it on Facebook reaching out to churches and organizations to, cause I do need volunteers because I can't keep doing it all myself, so anytime somebody has something that they would like to do, I would be happy to help them do the event.
Yes, my next question is, I'm sorry for asking so many questions, but, it's on my mind and, I wanna make sure I'm on the right track. How often do you, conduct any programs at, Maddox Park? Any kind of programs that you do at Maddox Park?
Annie Maddox?
Yes, Maddox. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, Maddox Park. You do any kind of programs out there?
No, we do not.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Okay, any other questions? Not, is there a motion to approve?
Mr. Mayor.
the report?
I have a question.
Well, first of all, I think you're doing a fantastic job really
Thank
with
you.
this. And I had a question. It's about something we talked about February, not this year, but the year before. It's the brick pavers and the trash cans on North Marion.
Mhm.
I see it's on here again. Do we have a time frame on that? And also we had discussed in the same area removing all the benches. I see they're still drug around all over.
Right. I do not have that. I can get with Steve on that. And just so you know, this is from 2022.
Right.
So it's, so with it being 2023, it is kind of confusing. But I will get a timeline on that and that will definitely be in the next one.
Okay.
But I'll also bring up that, in the past that we have paid to have somebody do these brochures and it's been over $800. I did these all myself, so it was in-house, no charge. So that is a savings for the CRA as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if I could say, with the brick pavers and the trash cans being mentioned, and I'm just sitting here thinking, as you say that, it's coming up to Christmas decorating time. And I would just like to point out, and I don't even know who's here that would take charge on this, but that the Christmas decorations be extended all the way out north.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is there a motion to approve the,
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Second. A motion and a second, any further discussion? Ms. Sykes, will you call the roll?
The motion was to approve the 2022 CRA annual report, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Jernigan?
Yes.
Mr. Hill?
Yes.
Mr. Sampson?
Yes.
Ms. Young?
Yes.
Chairman Webb?
Yes. Okay, with that, that completes our agenda on the CRA. At this time, we'll be adjourned and allow our IT and Ms. Sykes to get ready for the regular meeting. It'll be easy now.